a woman.
Sorry.
He's Intruder, I'm Woman. The two lead characters don't have names in the script. I'm Woman and Dan Brocklebank is Intruder. I got involved in Desperate Measures because it's the third time I've worked with Oliver Lee, director, writer, producer. I did Away Days, a feature film with him a few years ago, and then when he did his first project, McQueen, he asked me to play a part in that, which was great, and I loved working with him. I love his style, the way he writes and the way he directs, and it was great to come up and support him and stuff. So then when he did this, he asked me to play the lead, so I was over the moon. Yeah, so very good.
Only female resident in this house.
I never thought that before.
Or are you?
I know.
My character, well, I don't want to give too much away, there's a huge reveal, and it starts off in my home and a guy breaks in, played by the amazing Daniel Brocklebank, who's just been incredible to work with, just amazing. And my character, all you learn about her is is that she's a mother, she's young, she's terrified of the situation that she's found herself in, and it's just following her journey of how she deals with that and how she reacts to the situation that's constantly evolving around her.
Oh, I can't really go in.
I know.
Oh, no more windy winds.
The funniest you tell them about basically in between takes Daniel farted, and so I couldn't help but laugh, and we're hugging in this tight embrace, and he could just shake and laugh, but I couldn't. I kept going.
There were witnesses.
They were in another room. There were no witnesses. They were just assumptions.
What do we do?
He's Oliver Lee, the director, producer, writer, star. He's a triple threat. This is one of our wonderful mental patients, our supporting artists. We really couldn't have done it without him. His dribble wasn't quite on par with one of the other supporting artists, but it was incredible nonetheless. This is Phyllis!
Ollie's a great director, he's hilarious, and he said, like, with regards to, he really wants like a creative approach from everyone, so he's really, some directors you can work with and they're like, okay, stand here, move, breathe on this line, I want you to lay bridge arm and stuff, and Ollie's great, he gives you total creative freedom, but also he's got a very clear vision and you understand that from the way he explains himself. He's great, and it's just fun as well. We've all had a laugh. We've lived in this house and not moved apart from to go to the supermarket for like 4 days. We've all slept here, ate here, on set, and so yeah, it's been great. And the crew have been amazing, just fantastic to work with. Simon and Phyllis, our cameraman and DOPs, just been brilliant. And yeah, just to say thank you to them, thank you to Ollie for having me, it's been amazing, and thank you for Daniel for just being the most incredible actor I've ever worked with, so thank you.
Oh my God, why are you still here?
Sorry, who are you? Props guy? Great, thanks.
Props guy?
Yeah, this is Stefan. He's been really great at hiding my mobile phone down his underwear. It's been a pleasure having you, Stefan.
It was a pleasure.
My name's Oliver Lee, I'm the director. I sort of came up with this idea of doing a film that basically was just all in one room, which it was this high drama of this intruder bursting in and us not knowing who he was, where he'd come from, whether he was a victim or whether he was a danger. And almost the original process of the story was that it was a hostage situation that became a hostage situation, and more accidentally more than anything, and sort of building this tension within this room. Because I think when you write something, your initial idea to what you end, there's a huge journey where you go, wow, like if I read back now with my original idea, I think, God, it doesn't even sound like the same film, because there's only tiny little elements that are still there, because it's only the seeds, and what we've kept is the two actors, which are the two characters, this young mother and this potentially injured, dangerous, armed, masked man, and this room that they're stuck in, and developing something within real time, because you notice that the film is mainly 80% in this kitchen, and it runs through the cooking process of two burgers.
My name's Howard, aka Phyllis, and I'm camera B.
So I've heard this name Phyllis being bantered about. Where does Phyllis come from?
I'm called H Phyllis on Twitter, and Stefan wanted to at me, I think you call it. So he just got about on the set.
Phyllis seems to have become more popular than your real name. How do you feel about that?
People seem to enjoy it. I don't mind. Well, I worked on Ollie's first short called Mug, and he sent me a script for Desperate Measures, and I just said I'd like to be involved, so he got me in as camera B, working along with Simon again, which is always good. Well, I got into filmmaking, started out filming skateboarding with my friends, we were all skaters. Then I got into doing little short films, realised I could do it at college, so I did it there. Then went to uni, graduated in 2009. Then since then I've been kind of working freelance. It's been pretty difficult, to be honest, just as like an editor and a cameraman. Just getting by as best I can. But I want to be a sort of feature film director, really, or maybe go into like cinematography, maybe go to film school one day. Yeah. The filming style is handheld, and it's quite kind of intimate, as in it. I think we're trying to get a feeling of being in the kitchen with the characters. Quite a claustrophobic feel as well, which goes with the story.
Start again.
Just try to make it as sort of unsettling, uncomfortable as possible, I think. Good cast and crew, great actors, it's been a good laugh as well. I'm really excited to see the edit, as always, because I know Simon's going to do a really good job of it.
Absolutely disgusting. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Look at you.
Awful.
Oh my God, you look awful.
I know.
Bless you. I mean, nice, like, no,
Bugger off, don't fucking lie.
It's lovely to see you, but you do look really disgusting. You don't smell though.
I know.
Is that how I smell?
Yeah. This is Julia.
Hello, hiya. Hiya, nice to meet you.
I'm Julia Mallon, and I play a female in Desperate Measures.
So tell me, how did you get involved in Desperate Measures?
Well, it was a bit strange. It was through Twitter, because I'm a bit of a technophobe and all my friends have been encouraging me. So I finally joined Twitter, and then my good friend Dan Brocklebank, who I've worked with in the past, he's obviously involved in the film, and he passed my details on to Ollie, so Ollie tweeted me about it.
Your instant reaction, fucking hell, you look like shit. Good,
Well, yeah. I think it's the beard, because I don't normally see you with the beard.
See, I'm now used to it so much after this week that I think I'll be a bit weirded out when I next see you without it.
I look so young without
Do you remember that one you had for that play? And you looked sort of porno.
That handlebar thing.
This handlebar thing that went right up here. I did all
You've got the picture up.
Oh, it's
It's so funny. I can see every runners one scene.
Or
Cool if you got wide, for example, because they haven't got a fight.
Oh, it's been lovely. It's been just really relaxed you, and I mean, actually, because I'm here on the last day, I think the other day's been a bit fraught, but yeah, really good.
Have you got any stories from your time in set?
Calm down.
Well, I'm sure everyone will tell this, but as Dan and Leon were outside tussling, Dan wearing his balaclava, a lady over the road came out with some kids and, you know, sort of stopped and shouted and went, "Oi, you know, do you mind this? We've got children with us." And thought that it was a genuine fight, and so thank God she didn't call the police, but we had to stop and explain that it was a short film, so that was quite sweet and brave. Or stupid.
Julia, maybe change it. I've got a bit of face.
We should put up Julia and then come out. Is that okay?
Even filmmaking can be tough because you know we run with zero budget, and you know this time round we had slight luxuries. With basing our cast and sleeping arrangements at the location. We all slept here. I slept here for the first night, and everything's in this room, so we saved a lot of money. And then you do that within your writing process. Well, I do. Like, I purposely wanted something that was, you know, minimal locations I could keep within a small radius. You know, the fact that the main story's only in one room, not many actors, because I don't believe that means that your story doesn't have to be big just because, you know, you don't, just because the things you're using aren't. You know, we still had a very, very deep and dynamic story. I think that's the key, is writing to your strengths. You think, what can I get? And you go, well, you know, I can easily get myself a house, and, you know, me being an actor, I need great actors. So I played to that.
Right, roll sound. Sounds at speed. Can you guys both see me? Yep. Scene 7B, take 1, slate 81, A camera, B camera.
Okay, action. Action.
At this point, he's innocent, he's got a hat on. Do you know what I mean? We don't know who this is.
Yeah, that'd be cool, yeah.
We don't even know if this is his own home, that he's you know, he's not even got time to, he hasn't got his keys, he's barged through, do you know what I mean? We're selling all this as we don't know what's happening yet. Cool, are you happy?
Ecstatic.
It looks awesome, it looks beautiful as usual.
Now, with the gun,
yeah.
Obviously I've got that tucked here, but is there some mileage in not revealing that there's a gun involved?
Do you know? Well, when I wrote
just wonder whether
I had the gun out by this point to.
Oh fuck!
I had the gun out. Now we can hide it so that we.
So what, am I running with the gun then?
No, the gun's in your back pocket. But when I wrote it, I imagined that he broke in here and got it out to defend himself. But we can go with hiding it.
I wonder whether there's something nice about not revealing the gun until
you sit down and pull it down.
Until I chuck it down, because then it's like, fuck.
Yeah, there's a gun. You might capture it like stuck in your back pocket, and a few people might spot it.
Yeah.
But that's the first time when we go.
So when does that happen? When do I put the gun down? So I'll come in, do this check.
Yeah, you can maybe dunk it down before the t-shirt.
So put it down.
I sent Daniel the sort of very rough version of. It was rough in a sense that it was the story that we run with now. It was just there was a few things that hadn't yet been scripted and stuff, and you know I was happy with. You know, the amount of twists and turns and that I'd got, and I was hoping that someone like Daniel, who you know is an old friend of mine, and he's you know a phenomenal actor and someone that you know I'm actually a huge fan of, not just because he's my mate, but just because I've seen some of the stuff Daniel's done. And Daniel is completely different in every character he's ever portrayed, and that's something that he's needed for this. I needed someone to completely turn into this character I created and show the empathy that we needed with this almost monster that we'd created, and Daniel was that person that I needed. And for him to you know get back you know within a couple of hours of reading it and say he completely thought it had legs and let's have a chat on the phone, and we spoke one evening and we just said to each other, you know, we either do this, you know, enter into festivals, and yeah, we don't have any money, but between us and the rest of the team that we had at that point, we can get a full cast and crew of high quality. Everyone here is an industry professional, and because you know we're already in the industry, we were able to get them. So we thought, well, we either do it, or because it's so hard to get money, we just sit at home not doing anything. And I personally, in between acting work, can't not be creative in some sort of way, and I always write stuff. And we just, for me, we just had to do it. There's no other way than struggling to find budgets and trying to get something off the ground for a year. You know, we've done this now.
Yeah. Leon happened to the clapper.
I'm Daniel Brocklebank and I play the intruder. I've worked with Oliver twice on 2 different TV shows where we were both acting together. So we've known each other for quite a long time, and he sent me the brief for this just before Christmas last year and asked me if I thought it had any legs, and I thought it did. And then once he'd written it, he sent me the script and asked me if I wanted to do it, and I've said yes, absolutely.
How important do you think it is being part of independent films? Because I know you've done some big, high-budget films, but how important do you think in the industry it is for films like this to be made?
Yeah, well, have you seen them? When I was doing there's all these scenes in the hole. I think it's hugely important. I don't think we get enough support in the UK at all for the arts, and I think especially on projects where you've got no money, I actually prefer that in a way, because everybody's working together to produce the best end result that they can, so people don't mind working long hours or under sort of difficult conditions. Whereas on bigger films, I mean, yeah, you've got to pay the mortgage and you've got to eat, but it's important. The craft is important, and what's been wonderful on this is Ollie's compiled a really brilliant team of mates, people who are all not only really talented but also really passionate about what they do, whether that's behind the camera or in front of it. And I think it's enabled us to make a really decent little film. Yeah, it's been very naughty. There's been a lot of laughing. We stayed here for 4 days on airbeds. It's been like cub camp, but grown up. I've had a great time with this. I really enjoyed it from beginning to end. I'm delirious. We've been up since sort of 5:30 every day and working through until 9 o'clock every night, and so we are knackered. But it's been really good. I've met some lovely people and done some work with some really great people that I've not worked with before, and it's been good. I've really enjoyed it.
Without giving too much away, what do you think people can expect from this?
Action. Okay.
I think they can expect to be surprised.
Okay.
My name is Stephen Campbell, and I am, well, I'm a producer, but I've been doing bits and pieces all over the place. Yeah. I found working with Oliver Lee as a director quite inspirational, actually, to see him do what he does, the way he does it, with the limits that he has to deal with. Yeah, really impressed. Really great. The production company is called Bittersweet Pictures. The plan for Bittersweet Pictures is just to expand and maybe make some money from making films, I think, to become a bit of a brand, to bring the props alive. Hell, I've begged, borrowed and stolen from clubs, pubs and all kinds of places. Other things I've just created with what we had that was available to us. There were lots of things that we needed, lots of effects, and
just kind of like
so far like it's turned out really well. Okay, one of the items we needed that was quite important and integral to the story is that the lead actor is impaled. His leg is impaled on a nail, and basically we had to kind of dress the nail to look like it had actually gone through his jeans and impaled him quite deeply, because throughout the rest of the shot you see that it's quite a bad injury. So what we did was I cut tiny pieces of bacon up and steeped them in some fake blood to give them a sort of deeper red edge and make them look redder as opposed to as pink as they were. And then we placed just a tiny fragment or two on the end of the nail, and we dressed it with some denim fibres to make it look
to give the impression that they've gone through his genes and into his leg quite deeply.
Filmmaking, writing and directing is just a stronger passion for me as my acting career, and it's just been my way forward. I've always been involved in writing and making stuff, just because that's how I got into being an actor. Because I did drama at school, and just being in our lessons, that's how we learned to act, was writing scenes and stuff. So I'm just kind of going back to that and exploring it, and and getting better. I honestly believe, it's a bit like they say for musicians, the more you songwrite, the better you'll get. And I think it's exactly the same with script writing, and that's what I'm trying to do with my directing. I've really found my confidence, I think, with this. I've always had my vision and stuff, but it's just crossing that boundary to directing. When I direct, for me, my focus is on portraying the actors and the characters and the story correctly. I then get a very good DOP and camera guys, which we have in this, which is Simon and Phyllis. We together talk through shots, lenses and looks. For me, the most important thing for my job is to make sure I get the best out of my actors and block the scene and get the story perfect.
My name's Simon Mulvaney, and I'm the DP/camera operator on Desperate Measures. The filming experience of Desperate Measures has been absolutely amazing. Really early mornings, getting up at 5 AM, not finishing until 9 PM. But as is with all of these kind of projects, you meet some amazing people, and the great thing is that it's kind of creative reign. You have complete creative reign over it. You don't have to really answer to anyone. It's a big team effort to make stuff, so it's been really fun, really cool and organic. I originally got into filmmaking through rollerblading, inline skating, and I've made dozens and dozens of online videos and things like that, and released my first full-length video last year, which is called Ground Control, which is out in stores now if you want to go pick up a copy. And yeah, that's how I got into it, and it's kind of developed from there. I went to university, studied film production technology at Staffordshire University, and just got into making short films at a really early age. If it challenges me, I'll do it. I met Oliver Lee last summer. We've got a mutual friend called Jordan Maders, who's another great filmmaker from London. I think he works for Channel 5 at the moment. And Jordan put me through to Oliver, because Oliver was looking for a camera operator / DP for his film Mug, which was a short 2.5 minute film aimed at the Virgin Media Shorts competition. So we basically spent 2 days shooting that, and I edited the whole thing, and yeah, we were really happy with the result, and hopefully we'll be uploading it soon online so that people outside of the festival scene can get a look at it, and we'll get some feedback on it. Desperate Measures is a film about two people who find themselves in a situation that not only physically connects them both, but also mentally as well. It's a bit of a roller coaster. Oliver Lee seems to always have a lot of twists and turns in his films, and this is no exception. You really are going to be thrown into the film and be taken on a crazy journey, which hopefully you really won't see the end coming. And it's hopefully one of those. It's been a fantastic experience.